House Republicans passed their plan to give voters the choice to get rid of homestead property taxes that don't fund schools. Their proposed ballot amendment also locks in minimum funding for law enforcement and public safety. WESH News' Justin Shecker spoke with the Seminole County tax collector. He joins us live from his office in Altamont Springs. Justin.
Well, like the Democrats in the legislature, Stu, this county's Republican tax collector wonders how counties and cities would make up for a major loss in revenue. The Republican House Speaker says the resolution approved today could set the stage for historic property tax reform.
80 yeas, 30 nays, Mr. Speaker.
Show the bill passes.
The Florida House, along party lines, passed a resolution Thursday that could give Floridians a major property tax break.
This may well be the most aggressive legislation ever passed by a legislative chamber on property taxes in the history of the United States.
For months, Governor Ron DeSantis has called for the complete elimination, but the House resolution preserves homestead property taxes that fund public schools.
Our actions today are not sudden, nor do they meet any reasonable definition of the word quick.
The Florida Senate still needs to approve the proposal before a constitutional amendment would appear on the November ballot.
We are here to address putting money back into people's pockets. We are also giving our people a choice.
According to the state's own estimate, the elimination of non-school property taxes would result.
What we have Florida. The House Republicans have the necessary votes to push the bill to eliminate property taxes for people that own their homes. This is not for rentals. This is not for commercial properties. This is for if you own your personal home. I think this is amazing. They're going to push this thing, obviously, from the left to say, oh, what about the schools? What about this? I feel like the Democrats are complaining about this because this decreases the amount of money they can use to fraudulently give to things that shouldn't be given to. That's what it is. It's taking money away from them so they can't just give it to anybody and be fraudulent with it. I believe if you worked your ass off and paid off your house, you should not be paying property taxes. What is the point of paying off of a house if you still got to pay property taxes? There's a lot of people today that pay off their house and then they have to sell it because the property taxes have gotten too high. This is an amazing bill. I don't understand why people are upset about this. I don't understand why people are against this. But I kind of do, though, because the people that are against this are the people who are mad because that's less money they can play around with. That's less money they can put them in positions to become millionaires. You work hard so you can be able to own something and give it down to your family and not worry about the city or the government taking it because of property taxes. I love it. I believe more states should do that. But you'll never see this happening in your New Yorks, in your Californias, in your Washingtons, in your Chicagos. But I like the fact that you see Florida is actually thinking about people who work their ass off. You work hard to pay off your house. If you paid that note for 30 years and you paid it off, why are you still continuing to get penalized? You shouldn't. You really shouldn't. You should really put yourself in a position to be happy and live off into the sunset if you paid off your house. That is the achievement. But I think this is going to be good. I think what you're going to see is you're going to force these places that depend on tax money be more diligent, be more resourceful, and not just be spending money to waste it. That's what I believe. I believe this is a win-win for everybody. We need less fraudulent spending from these people that are in office and in these positions to spend money, aka school districts, representatives, anybody that's representing that has their hand and their finger on the money spending, they need to have less money. As you see across this nation, people are terrible with money. The people that we vote for, they are terrible with money. So I like this bill. This is a good bill. This is it rewards people for working hard. We are in a state of today where a lot of people were getting rewarded for not working. But the people that were working hard were getting scammed, we're getting fraud on them, we're getting done dirty. It is an achievement to work your butt off for 30 years to be able to pay off your house. Why does the government still need to be into that? That makes no sense to me. And I like this. This is why a lot of people are going to Florida, because the progressive thinking, the smart thinking, and the ability to reward you for working hard. Why wouldn't you want to be rewarded for paying off your house?
Local governments losing $18.3 billion in annual revenue. Orange County could be down more than $1 billion, while the projection for Seminole County is $328 million.
Where they get the money from, if they don't collect it from property tax, is a mystery.
Seminole tax collector J.R. Kroll says counties and cities might need to increase sales tax rates to pay for police, fire, and other services.
And say, well, we'll do it at a sales tax. I go, well, in a recession or something like COVID happens, what happens when you don't get the money in because people drop off?
Orlando's Democratic State Rep Anna Escamani says she worries wealthier Floridians would benefit the most.
What it's likely going to do is shift the burden of taxation to renters, who arguably are the folks who are struggling to achieve the American dream of home ownership.
I feel like that what this rewards is people that work hard to pay off their house. If you're buying your house, you shouldn't have to pay property taxes. What makes sense does it make for you to have a mortgage and then you have to pay property taxes as well? I believe if you get rid of property tax, the people that are wanting to jump into renting might actually now looking to buying a home because now they don't have to worry about paying property taxes. So it's curious to see how this works as far as more into the bill. Does it work if you're actively buying your house like you have a mortgage, or does it only work if your house is paid off? That's more information we need to know, but it'd be cool though. This is how you stimulate the economy and have people buy more houses if you get rid of some of these fees. Also, too, you need to start looking at fees when you purchase a house. All those fees you have to pay. There's a lot of things that need to be less to make it more affordable for the people to buy a house right now. But if it's the point of where they come up with this thing, they say, you know what? If you buying a house, if you got a mortgage, you're not renting, you don't pay property taxes, and this is your personal home, I think you'll have more people buying homes. I think you'll have less people renting because that is another cost you don't have to worry about. But of course, the Democrats are going to be upset about this is because that's less money they can play with. That's less money they could move around to different nonprofits and say that they care, but they really don't care. So I really like the fact that they have this. I really like the fact that they're doing this. And you just got to keep on watching and keep on paying attention. But this is why a lot of people are moving to Florida. This is why a lot of people are getting out of New York, California, Chicago, Washington, and moving to Florida because they're thinking the way and taking care of people that actually work hard.
And Governor Ron DeSantis says he's working with the Florida Senate on a property tax proposal for this year's ballot. He also wrote on X, quote, given that it can't be voted on by the people before November, it's better to do it right than do it quick. We're live in Altamont Springs. I'm Justin Sheck.
Definitely doing it right. Shout out to Florida, trying to take care of the people, trying to make sure you got some money in your pocket because when people have more money in their pocket, the more things they spend on. Right? If your money's all cooped up into your house, how do you stimulate the economy? The only person you're stimulating is the government or the banks. If you have that less, $3,000 or $4,000 per year, depending on your tax rate, if you have that in your pocket, doesn't that mean you're going to spend more money on eating, groceries, other things, gas? That's how you stimulate the economy. Right now, housing takes up a lot of people's cost. It takes a lot of people's cost to where they don't want to do anything else because they can't. A lot of people are house poor. If you can take that bill off to where they can actually enjoy life, to where they can actually keep that money and pay it on certain things and stimulate the economy, I think that's what this bill is about. I think if you have no property taxes for people on their personal residence, now you'll have more people having a more inclination to buy houses. And then also, too, you have more inclination of people to spend money to enjoy a good time to stimulate the rest of the economy. I definitely like it. Definitely like it. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. As always, keep sticking around, keep it going. I appreciate you guys. Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description below. Also, too, make sure Monday through Friday, 10:21 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. No Filter Morning Show. Tap in. Tap in. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.